For now, watching that back, of course. Don't nobody give a shit. Don't nobody give a shit about your country, bro. I mean, I just want to literally, really tell you this. Americans are fine with America. We will go out and we will travel and go other places, but we are perfectly fine with America. The only problem that Black Americans got that matters is with white Americans. That's it. The only people that matter that got any real fucking power over Black Americans are white Americans. Other than that, all y'all can go suck a dick up to your hiccup. I don't give a fuck what you think. Okay? That's the truth of the matter in the United States. I don't give a shit what Nigerians think. Love y'all to death. But if you in Nigeria, I don't care what you think about America. Okay? I do not give a shit. We don't give a shit about none of you and what you think, because the only problem we have is white America. That's it. If we fix our problem with white America, that's all we need. That's it. Fix the problem with white America and we're good. We don't need you. We don't need more white people. We don't need it. Now, if you want to act right, then we can work together. If you act right, let me not yell. If you act right, then we can work together, bro. I don't have a problem working with somebody from another country, but you got to come with the response. You got to come with a reasonable attitude about the people you're working with, man. Do you know how you have any idea how arrogant Indians from India are around Black people, especially like Northern Indians? How arrogant they are. You guys are from a privileged class, leaving a privileged class, wanting to admittedly fit into another privileged class. So you look down at people just like you look down at people in the country you're from. We don't need you, bro. And we don't need y'all acting as a buffer class like y'all been acting for decades. Exactly. We'll be the good darkies. They want to be the good darkies. Look, man, we don't even need to be, bro. We don't need buffer classes, and we do not need coons. We don't need coons. First of all, if we got rid of the coons and we got rid of the toms, then we can make some progress. If you get rid of the coons and you get rid of the toms, then we can make some progress. If you get rid of the people that are buffooning, and if you get rid of the people that are so desperate to keep the status quo working for them, then we can make adjustments. But I'm telling you, we do not need you. And I mean it to the bottom of my heart. If you are a Black Brit, this is no offense. If I go to Britain and I go to Great Britain with an attitude that I'm better than the Brits because I'm American, you guys would have a terrible attitude about me. If I went to Jamaica and acted and started looking down on Jamaicans, you guys would have a terrible attitude with me. So do not fucking think you can come over here and have terrible attitudes with my people, but I'm not going to have a terrible attitude with you. We don't fucking need you. Thank you very much. We don't need you. Nothing. We don't need you to be our doctors. We don't need you to be our lawyers. We don't need you to sell us anything. We don't need you to defend us. We don't need you to tax us. We don't need anything from you. Not a damn thing. But you know what you could do to help out? You can get the fuck out. That's what you could really do. To help out American Blacks, you can get out and stop trying to compete with us for our own money, but yet you don't even want to act like you're competing with us. So you come in here and you try to tear down. What do? They got rid of admittance into universities based off of race. That's what you do. You come in here and you try to tear our advancements down so you can fit in. Dog, we don't need any more, y'all. Don't need you. We got plenty of them already. They wouldn't even allow us in their governments like they allowed over here, speaking on our behalf. But that's a story for different. No, it's a story for today. No, it is a story for today, Phenomenal Noob. because I'm telling you, these boxing YouTube channels do the same shit. These dudes ain't even fucking American. These New York niggas. Let me tell you something about these New York niggas. Half them New York niggas ain't American anyway. They're Haitian, Jamaican, Dominican. They got all kind of dark dudes over there acting like they're speaking from black people that ain't even really black people, bro. They're fucking tethers too. One, they think they're Batman, especially up in New York, bro. Especially up in New York. Hold on one second. Gary said, my guy Fanon dropping all type of facts this morning. Salute Mr. Blackwell for telling the truth. I'm here for it, sir. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate your support, bro. Kamal said, we don't do the global citizen thing over here. Hell no. I don't want you here. I'm not going to lie, bro. And you know what? Joe A gave it up. He said, United States is the biggest marketplace in the world. It's the biggest marketplace in the world. Bro, this is not the United States is not a marketplace. It's our country. It's where we live. What the fuck do you mean? It's the biggest marketplace in the world. So just because we got the most money means you get to come in and take it? Joe A, what sense does that make? What sense does that make, Spencer Fearon? Okay? Because, bro, I can dot I's, cross T's. I can absolutely put shit together, bro. We don't need you taking our money. We don't need your fighters. We don't need it. You tried to invade the United States with AJ, snatch up a bunch of New York money, and try to grow him in the United States like he was the next Muhammad Ali. Because why? Because because we have the biggest marketplace. But you all see America as a marketplace. That's why you don't have any respect for the people that are here, because you only see it as a place where we're a bunch of dumb consumers and you can sell us anything and we're going to buy anything because we got a sellout boxing media that will sell out the American market in a second for a couple bucks. They'll turn their noses at us all everywhere. Man, exactly, bro. So Glow, man. Thank you, brother, for the dollar holler, brother. Appreciate you. No, bro. I got a superiority complex, you fucking idiot. Saul Sayers. Bro, you got a massive inferiority complex against the UK. First of all, I have a superiority complex, not an inferiority complex. What part of we don't need you, your fighters suck, we're better than you, and it's our money, don't you get? Let me get this super chat real quick. I didn't get a super chat from BH. I didn't get a super chat from BH. Let me see. Let me check the Cash App. Yeah, a dummy. What I have a superiority complex when it comes to the UK. In every fucking way imaginable, son, I have a superiority complex when it comes to Europe. I'm going to tell you right now. We way better than you. We are way better than you. Matter of fact, I think we're better than you at fucking everything. Dude, we're better than you at everything but soccer. We are literally better than you at everything but soccer and rugby. Other than any shit we actually play, we're better than you at. So why in the world would you think that we have an inferiority complex? We do not. I don't. I have a superiority complex. Believe you me. That's my biggest problem. I think I'm better than your ass. I got a massive. The UK created modern America. The UK didn't create shit. Matter of fact, let me tell you, dumbass, the UK never made it outside of fucking New York City. Bro, we kicked your ass when you had 13 colonies, homie. What do you mean? You didn't create, we whooped your ass. You created the common law. You created slavery. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You created slavery over here. I'll give you credit for that. You created the slavery. Exactly. Didn't create shit. You didn't create a damn thing. And there you go. I'm over there on MH. Nobody's watching on MH Blackwell, though. Absolutely did. Hold on one second. Oh, big time, big support, bro. From my guy, Phenomenal Show said, for the ministry. Yeah, bro, I be paying attention, dog. Hey, Carnell Tanksley says, superiority is mine. They got it. They got the inferiority complex. Yes. Let me tell you what you niggas hear. What y'all hear is a massive superiority complex. I'm not lying, bro. I have a superiority complex. I don't have an inferiority complex. My mind does not work that I am. A matter of fact, what I really have is I got an equality one. I don't think anybody's better than me. And I know for sure we don't need no fucking UK. Dog, we don't even need no UK. We don't need nothing from the UK. Let me tell you how whack the UK is. I would not be surprised, bro. Let me tell you how much these niggas lie, bro. I would not be surprised if this came out someday that it was actually English was a language that started here. They took it over there, and then they came back over here and started a war in New York City and acted like they had it first. There's nothing I believe about Europe, bro. Because you guys lie so much. You guys are like blue blood. Europeans lie so fucking much that you literally cannot. Oh, my bad, Jay Milts. I won't read it out loud. Oh, for sure. Hey, man, thank you. Oh, I won't, bro. Wow. Wow. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. I won't read that out loud, bro. That's huge, bro. Thanks, man. I see you. I see you. I see you, champ. I see, hey, bro. I see you, champ. Oh, man, look, phenomenal new, bro. Oh, I definitely know what you're talking about, bro. If the UK didn't create America, please stop speaking English. I don't speak English. I speak American. And you can get the fuck out. I don't care what you think. Watch this. I do not care what you Brits think about any fucking thing. Okay? Your philosophy is terrible. Your European philosophy is terrible. Your politics are terrible. You are the most vicious and cruel people on the face of the fucking earth. Okay? That's what I think about Europe. You sell out Jamaicans. Now, let me talk about you Jamaicans. You Jamaicans, and I got respect for you, but y'all a bunch of monkey ass, coon ass niggas too. Hopping your ass back over there, voluntarily over there to the UK when you really are closer to the United States. You guys hop your ass over to Canada. Take your ass to Canada, dog. Take your ass to Canada. I mean, for real. Like, if you don't like the United, I'm not going to Jamaica. I'm not going to the UK. We're not going there, bro. You know where we're going? We're trying to go to Brazil, man. You know, like, if we want somebody to partner with the United States, can it be Brazil? I mean, because if it could be Brazil, then at least we'd get a lot of really beautiful black women that would integrate. Bro, you guys are even separating and Uncle Tom and Conan and standing all kind of in the way, all kind of shit in the Caribbean. Get your asses the fuck up out of here, okay? We don't need you, all right? You guys even call us stateside. Oh, stateside. Man, it's fucking stateside my ass. Stay out of the United States. You know what I'm saying? If we want to partner with somebody, can we bring some Brazilian? Can you bring in some Brazilian female fighters, please? Can we get, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Why would I partner with you? Why would we partner with, why would a black American want to partner of all the people in the world? Why the fuck would we want to do with some goddamn Jamaicans? Why would we want to fuck with a bunch of Jamaicans from the UK? Why? Don't act like it's not you, bro. Don't act like it ain't you. Okay? We know it's you. You guys are all Jamaicans, and you're Jamaicans in the UK. So you guys go back and forth between Jamaica and the UK. You really are not connected to the UK. You're just in the UK to get the money. But you work for them UK white folk. You work with those UK white folk. I don't need you Negroes coming over here trying to be the black face for your white folk. Hell no. I'm already sick of you niggas doing that in Hollywood. Every other actress in Hollywood, like even Idris Elba. No joke. I fucks with Idris Elba. But Idris Elba did the worst Baltimore accent I have ever heard in my life, bro. He was terrible in The Wire. He didn't sound like he was from Wire. Everything is and they're terrible, bro. You bring all these UK actors in here to take black people's roles, man. Fuck on out of here, bro. We don't need you. You all right? Are you all right? Are you all right? Look, man, I am gonna talk. This is a political conversation right now. Jake Paul is a white boy. Okay. He said had a UK actor play Fred Hampton. Like, dog, my guy made that movie. My guy made that movie, and he had a black actor playing. Dude, they're very good actors. They're classically trained actors. But, dog, I know you could have found somebody from Chicago. Anyway, I'll leave that alone because my guy made that movie. Shout out to my dude, Charles. That's my guy. But look, man, back on this stuff, man. Seriously, for you UK dude. Bro, that nigga did not say, dog, dog. Idris Elba did not sound like he was from fucking Baltimore, dog. The difference between Idris Elba and that little killer, but anyway, I fucks with Idris Elba, though. Don't get me wrong, bro. I really do fuck with Idris Elba. I'm a fan of Idris Elba. He's a good dude. I was in a movie with Idris Elba. But at the same time, bro, let me tell you something, man. I don't fuck with that dude. You know what I don't fuck with? I don't fuck with that dude. What's the Chicago comedian, the Nigerian? What's his name? God dog, what is his name? Godfrey, man. God dog, man. Black when it's convenient, bro. That nigga is black. That's called being black when it's convenient, his ass. He was black when he was in Chicago, nicest guy in the world. Then the nigga got famous for a minute, and all of a sudden his ass started acting all kind of snotty and arrogant. Then he said they cannot do what we do, how we do, period. No. No. Look, man, Charles does make great movies, though. He got a lot of sleeper. Hell yeah, that's my dude, though. Yeah, fuck Godfrey. Seriously, bro, I can't fuck with Godfrey, bro. Hey, Noob, you've been paying a hell of a lot of attention. I love it. Yeah, man, I've been paying attention, dog. So I follow you, man. Phenomenal, Noob. Seriously, you be guiding my thought processes. You do. Give me 1 second, though. What the fuck? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What the fuck? Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Where did they go? All right, sorry about that. Who's with the big eyes? Light skin, light shade of dark. That guy is Martin. What is that? A lighter shade of dark. That guy is Martin. Who is that? Tina Warwick, Newark, New Jersey, where I live for most of my life. Jamaican Haitians are most of my neighbors. They didn't want my children to play with their children all their lives. Definitely shady. No, I'm telling you, man, like seriously, bro. Godfrey. Yeah, Fanon. the dude. What? Hold on. Oh, get my super chat. My bad. Victor says nobody cuts through the BS and to the truth than you, Fanon. Look, man, I want to talk about that series, man. Thank you so much, Victor. Look, man, we in Black Americans, we're Americans, man. Dude, we have been in this country for thousands of years. Thousands of years, man. Thousands. Okay? Basically, what happened was there was an invasion that took place in New York City. I'm telling you, this is my Martin's version of what I think U.S. history really is. These states were already here. They were already occupied. You already had people everywhere over here, bro. All the way over here. You had Britain invade New York City. Y'all got a little corner of the country for a while. And then guess what happened? You got kicked out. You got kicked out because the people that you had there tricked on you, threw you out, and then they just proceeded to attack every fucking body else. And then they started lying about history and indoctrinating people in schools to believe things that are not true. You cannot discover a place that already has a lot of people here, bro. Sonny Boy said, keep pushing the comedian with the big eyes. What about, dude, I don't get that guy's a fake, bro. What is a Sonny Boy bias? What you talking about? Salute to you, Finny Shakur. What is this? Anyway, so you guys, I'm not trying to hear it, bro. There are already people all around here. You may have changed, switched up people's languages. You may not have. Who knows? You guys lie too much. It's like you got to really, it's like American history and really understanding American history is like going through a psychotic breakdown, because you got to reintroduce to people what was actually happened. Because some people, and I think it's use people. I'm telling you, man. He said, bravo for calling him out on his BS. Lie about everything, then documents located in the Library of Congress don't lie. I mean, yeah, they're lying because they're trying to make you a good citizen. They're not trying to inform you. They're trying to make you a good citizen and make you believe in the United States. But let me tell you for real, I don't give a shit about the past because we all live here now, right? And the fact of the matter is, I've only lived in the United States. I love the United States. I don't like how white people treat black people in the United States. I don't. I also don't like how black people treat black people in the United States. Other than that, though, I don't care what Mexicans have to say about black people because you're not our problem. I'm sorry. If Mexicans took over the United States and they were running the United States, then I would be concerned about what their opinion of black people are. But I'm not going to care as long as they're on the same economic and social level than I am. What difference does it make what Asians think when they're on the same social economic level I am? And what is that? Non-white. Okay? I don't care how much money hits your bank account. I don't care if you're living in a nice house, because you know full well those things are transitory. You can make a lot of money in your lifetime and then your kids can be broke. That shit is transitory. But what does remain consistent is your ethnic group. And in the United States, blacks, we are our own ethnic group, and we are not the same as people from Jamaica. We're not the same people as people from the Dominican Republic. And guess what? I used to say we should all be the same people. We're all black. But guess what? Y'all don't want to do that. You don't want to come to the United States and say, hey, I'm a black from Dominican Republic. That's not what y'all want to do. Y'all want to say that y'all are Dominican and treat Dominican like an ethnicity and deny that the blackness in you. So, okay, you want to be from the Dominican Republic, take your ass to the Dominican Republic then. And what do you want me to, and that's just what it is. And that's nothing wrong with that, because we can't go to the Dominican Republic and take over the Dominican Republic and start looking down on people from the Dominican Republic and say, I'm an American, I'm better than the people from the Dominican Republic, but yet you can come from the Dominican Republic and act like you're better than Americans. The shit is fucking mind-boggling. But it's not mind-boggling when you really think that you just want to be white. I don't care who the original man is, Creel the Traveler. Let me tell you. Right now, I don't really care about the past. But I will tell you that if they do not want to be part of our community, then go the fuck away because we don't need them. We are self-reliant. We don't need you. You need us. You do need, here is the fact. I don't go to any UK boxing YouTube channels. I do not have to go to any UK YouTube channels. I don't have to do it. But if you want to sell your UK fighters, you have to bring them to the United States. You have to bring them to us if you want those guys to be global. You become global when you see us. We're born global, okay? When you mean global, you mean a major presence in the earth. We are that because of who we are. We don't have to go to you. You want to be global, you got to come to us. Okay? We get the fuck out of here. You niggas can't even defend your own country without our money. Calling yourselves global. You piss ants can't defend yourselves. Great Britain cannot defend itself without us. Am I lying? Israel cannot defend themselves without us. We are so powerful that we got a bunch of sellouts in Congress, that are some of the most powerful people in the world because they control the black vote because they get elected in black districts and then they vote for pro-Israel things. Their whole Israel is fucking sitting on the backs of black America. Because without black America, Israel probably wouldn't even fucking be there. I'm serious. Because these racist white folk don't fuck with the Democratic Party. They don't want to spend all this damn money. It's the Democrats that want to spend all this money. So let me say this again. We are politically very well positioned and we don't need you. See, because what you really want to do is you want to take advantage of our cultural strength. You want to take advantage of our political strength, but you want to put yourself above us at the same fucking time. You want to take advantage of our strength. You want to take advantage of our marketplace, but yet you want to be above us at the same time. All you want to do is replace the white man. That's all you want to do is replace the white man in our life. You want, because you speak the king, because you had a British accent or something. I don't know. But I know you Jamaicans from Jamaica are some arrogant ass people when it comes to talking about black Americans. Y'all are real arrogant, like y'all are better than us. And then British white people, of course they think they're better than us. So to me, it looks like we got two groups of people that think they're better than us that we don't need. So fuck Anthony Joshua. We're never going to support him. Fuck Daniel Dubois. We're never going to support him. Fuck Tyson Fury. We're never going to support him. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. That's why your ass can't fucking have. That's why you can't sell any pay-per-views on DAZN. And tell me I'm lying. You know I'm telling you the truth. And it's the truth that has you so bitter. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys weren't literally behind a lot of the shit that clown Blue Blood does. Because that nigga look like a goddamn, my hair is so curly. My hair, I'm trusting you, any New York nigga, anybody from that East Coast, bro, as many Haitians and Dominicans and people from Belize and all, y'all sound like New Yorkers to me. I don't know if you're really black or not. Need a brother to appeal to the masses. Hey, I'm just saying. He said, I'll support Caroline over Daniel's bum ass. I'm just saying. In New Jersey, not going to lie, certain towns have become all Spanish when they used to be black. There's definitely trying to slowly take our black populated areas. Look, man, I'm telling you, we don't have that problem in Chicago because most everybody in Chicago came from Mississippi. So we don't have a port that people are coming into. So we don't really have that problem. We have a very homogeneous black population in Chicago called everybody is from Mississippi. You know? So it's just what it is. Give me 1 second. Thank you, bro. Mr. Common Sense said Africans don't like us. My people shall be hated of all nations. Look, man, they want to be us and they hate that we're the best. Don't worry about it, man. White Americans hated black Americans for the same reason. A lot of white Americans are very jealous of black Americans. They really, really are. If you ever went to a white school or if you ever listened to the stereotypes of black people, white people in America are very jealous of black, especially black men, very jealous of black men because of the reputation that black men have for sexual prowess and the fact that their women love us. You know, the same reputations Jamaicans have and why white women go travel to Jamaica to sleep with Jamaican men. Man, let me tell you something, bro. I don't want to talk shit about Jamaicans, but I really wish Jamaicans would not talk shit about Americans because, bro, we're not passport bros, okay? Y'all literally got white women going to Jamaica and turning your sons into hoes, okay? Seriously, bro. That's why I'm telling you, bro, them dudes like the ones that go to the UK, Dexter St. Jock syndrome. Exactly, bro. Like for real. That's what white women in America travel to Jamaica to treat you guys like monkeys. And you guys think that's some dope shit. Yeah, that's what they do. So they leave the country and treat you the same way that they would treat you so they don't have to go to the black neighborhoods. Do you know that these white men know where their women are going for those reasons? Just like those white men knew that their white wives were going with black men in America. So there's like a lot of jealousy about that. You guys think, well, man, there's so much money getting sent to our country from America that everybody should be rich in America. Why are these black people complaining? My people go to America and then they send us back all this money. That's because you sent the ones with educations there. And you also sent them into communities where they had portals to get jobs. So you Jamaicans are giving jobs to other Jamaicans and not giving jobs to black Americans. I don't know how often I see non-Jamaicans working at Jamaican restaurants. You know, you guys are trying to take care of your own culture. And that is dope. I don't have a problem with that. All I'm saying is, bro, we don't need you though. And if we do participate, we participate and go get some, go on to the grill. I support the grill. Talking shit will be here like roaches about what? A lot of Africans don't like us as well and don't really think and definitely think they're better than us as well. Look, man, you know what I would hear? I would always hear when Africans, because I have African relatives. There's Africans that are married into my family. So don't get me wrong, bro. I don't have a problem with Africans. I really don't. I got a lot of respect for Africans. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant people. I've had a lot of professors that were Africans, Nigerians. No joke, bro. No joke. They really are brilliant, brilliant people. Only thing that I have an issue with is when you get a superiority complex. Because when they talk to me, they act like they got sense. But they treat me like I'm the exception to the rule for black people. But here's the thing. Educated black people, formally educated, let me say it this way. Formally educated black people with high incomes are rare in every country. Everywhere. There's not a country where it's not the exception to the rule for a black person to be well educated and prosperous financially. Okay, it's the same situation in every country. So why would you come from a situation where it's the case, See, it's the case here, unless you had a superiority complex to the blacks in your own country, which is quite possible. And then you could just be phrasing it as your general fucking superiority complex that you have in people, black people in general. Yeah, interesting stuff, man. But look, I'm going to put a link in the chat if anybody want to talk, get some points off for a second. Otherwise, you know, this was a Saturday morning live stream that I am going to be doing now on. For sure. Hold on. Mount St. Jock. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that shit's demeaning. That's why I never slept with a white woman. Well, that's why I try to stay away from it. You know what I mean? The Phenom go up and cook with Big Non-Champ. What is that? Oh, no, man. Phenomenal Show ain't got it. I don't know. Phenomenal Show usually ain't somebody that does a lot of that. What's up, Kamal? I figured you might want to cook on something.
Yeah. I got some things to cook on. First, Fanon, always great to get out of, when boxing's a little light, and when it's not a little light, because Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, they are the 600-pound gorillas in the room. They have set not just boxing on fire, but they set the sports world on fire, and actually the entertainment world on fire. Everybody's talking about this fight, from Hollywood to the entertainment world. Everybody's talking about this fight.
I'll let
This
y'all
has
cook for a
taken
second. I'll
all
be
of
right
the.
back. Okay.
What'd you say?
I'll be right back. Y'all should be good for a second, huh?
Yeah.
You good
we'll
for a
be good.
little while? 2 cent?
Absolutely. How y'all doing this
Okay.
morning?
I'm good, man. I'll be right back.
What's going on, Kamal?
What's up, 2 Cent? What do you got?
Man, listen, Kamal. I did a live stream last night, right, with my all-woman panel. Y'all be sure to join me every Friday at 6:30 p.m. where we have all women on the panel and we talking boxing. And it's a review show where I review videos and things that went on throughout the week. And I labeled my title is Gervonta Tank Davis sacrificing himself to save American boxing. You know, everybody was in a frenzy. But the premise of the show was we compared the Tank Davis and Jake fight to the Canelo Crawford fight. And last night, the fight had just got announced 1 day ago. And we came to the conclusion that the Canelo Crawford fight was built like a house of straws. And the Tank Davis and Jake Paul fight just came and blew that shit all the way down, just like that in 1 day. And I don't think people realize Turki Alalsheik has not been saving American boxing. He's actually been doing the complete opposite. He's been taking fights out of the U.S. He's been putting on fights in the middle of the street in New York that can't nobody watch and go see. He's been taking y'all favorite fighters, destroying their market, limiting their visibility and destroying their fan bases. And I think it's all intentional. We keep wanting to say Turki new to boxing and he don't know what he doing, but Turki and Jake Paul are both new to boxing. How come Jake Paul ain't making those same mistakes? How come Jake Paul ain't putting on a fight in the middle of the street that people can't go see? How come Jake Paul and Tank Davis drop a fight and in 15 minutes it's all over the United States everywhere? You got cooking shows damn near writing articles about this fight. And they don't even talk about boxing. And these people on YouTube, these quote unquote hardcore fans, want to sit on this internet and act like this isn't good for boxing. It is good for boxing. I don't understand how you can be this quote unquote fan of boxing and you can't appreciate something like this for the sport. It's an exhibition fight. Can Tank do this fight and then move on and fight other people that y'all quote unquote want him to see? He can, if that's what he decides to do. Can he retire? He can, if that's what he decides to do. But the point that you're about to get tens of millions and people, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 million people watching this fight, how could this not be good for boxing? How could you prefer somebody not do this and do something else that won't be nearly of this magnitude when you see the state that American boxing is in right now? Like it or not, this is refreshing for a lot of people, except these quote unquote hardcore fans that sit up here on YouTube. And if I'm honest, and I'm gonna pass the mic to you, Kamal, what I'm starting to realize, it's the hardcore fan that's destroying boxing, not the casuals, because the casuals accept boxing for what it is, and they let fans accept boxing for whatever they want to accept it for. They don't try to put everybody in a box and tell them what they should and shouldn't be liking or should and shouldn't be watching. So, in all honesty, it's y'all hardcore fans that need to reevaluate how y'all think about the sport. Go ahead, Kamal.
No, you're right, but people like Fahim are, and Fahim, I like you, bro. But you asked me a question in the chat earlier, and I'm gonna get 2 cents, 2 cents on this. Fahim said, "How can I say Canelo's retarding a division versus Tank taking an exhibition?" Well, number one, Tank is not the undisputed champion at 135. He has one belt. Number two, we haven't seen the WBA mandate him or threaten to mandate him to fight opponents, and their progress has been blocked, right? That has not happened with Tank because Tank fights his mandatories. So Canelo held up the progress of two of the most dangerous fighters at 168 that people actually wanted to see him fight. In the two Davids, David Morrell and David Benavidez. And the WBC threatened to mandate David Benavidez on multiple occasions as Canelo's mandatory and then let him get out of that. So also, the WBC held up Christian and Billy, and they have him as the interim champion, despite the fact that Canelo's fighting now at welterweight, and Canelo is active. So that's an asinine point, Fahim. There's a grand difference between what Canelo's doing at 168, holding all the belts hostage, retarding the progress of division, the WBO corruption, and putting Crawford at number one ahead of guys like Diego Pacheco, who's put in the work in the division. You can't even compare what Tank's doing to Canelo. That's a retarded opinion, Fahim. So there, I addressed it right there. So one exhibition fight. Number one, WBA said they're gonna take a look at the situation. They're gonna evaluate it. Go ahead, WBA, because if you strip, and I don't think they'll strip Tank. I think they'll make a strongly worded statement or whatever. But if they do
That
strip
wouldn't
Tank,
even make any sense, Kamal. Like, who you
yeah,
gonna strip him and give it to who?
exactly, exactly, exactly. And Fahim, it's not that it's someone else. It's the fact one guy's holding four belts, had two guys move out of the division. WBA corruption prevented them from mandating David Morrell Jr. and a title consolidation to fight Canelo. Then they arranged for David Benavidez and David Morrell to go up and fight each other, and then Canelo immediately fights Bumlongo, who moved in at David Morrell's situation. If you don't see the difference between what Canelo's doing and what Tank is doing, just by virtue of one having four belts and the other one just having one, then you're just retarded, bro. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, Tucson. I want to get your thoughts on that because Fahim said that I have a double standard when it comes to Canelo holding the belts hostage, and in my opinion, holding a division hostage at 168 and not fighting those guys. The examples that I utilized, and Tank, what Tank's doing, and I just said by math, by virtue of math, you can't compare the two. But I want to get your 2 cents on what I just said there.
Well, this is the thing, Kamal, right? And then this is what I've realized also. It's hard to explain yourself to people that insist on misunderstanding. A lot of times these people like to take things and compare them, and it's going to lead me to my next point, that literally have nothing to do with each other. So you know what I tell people? I just tell them I'm biased. Then yeah, I'm biased, because this whole concept of you being a fan of something and giving your opinion of something and quote unquote not being biased, the only thing, this whole not being biased thing, in my opinion that they like to hide behind, is just for you not to state your opinion. Because as soon as you state your opinion, oh, you being biased. Listen, stop trying to compare apples to oranges. Things aren't the same. Did Tyson Fury have a belt when he fought Ngannou? Like, there was no issue there. Ngannou had zero fights. Zero. He had never had a boxing fight ever. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody was in the uproar and crying about him being stripped and all of that. And what did Tyson Fury go on to do? He went on to fight Alexander Usyk. So I'm not sure what all of this crying is about. And another thing I wanted to bring up about the comparison, and I want to get your 2 cents about this, Kamal. People insist on trying to compare Turki Alalsheik to Al Heyman and making it seem as though he did the same thing that Al Heyman made. And I keep telling people he's nothing like Al Heyman. He's nowhere near Al Heyman. He didn't do one single solitary thing like Al Heyman. So I wish y'all would stop saying that. I want to get your 2 cents about that, Kamal. And I want to get your 2 cents about the backlash that people are really upset because Gervonta Tank Davis decided to work with an American promoter in Jake Paul versus working with Turki Alalsheik. What's your 2 cents about that?
It's so funny, 2 cents, 2 cent boxing, because you just brought up some great points that I wanted to address. These same jabronis, and I'm not talking to you, Fahim. I'm talking about corporate media. I'm talking about the the people in the YouTube echo chambers, they said that that Tank had no choice but to kiss the ring of Turkey Alalsheik. That's what they told me. These same people cheered when Shakur used racial epithets, what I felt like, okay? So some people disagree. I felt like it was a racial epithet, calling Turkey and his guys towel boys. And then he had to go and apologize on Twitter. They praised him for doing that, for going back on his word. They praised Tio for signing with Turkey, and then they praised Tio. They praised Tio for apologizing for quote unquote insulting Turkey and his religion, which he did. Tio did because Tio's an asshole. So they said to me and you, 2 Cents, that Tank was in a corner, that he had to go kiss the ring of Turkey, that him asking for 2 Lamborghinis just to even have a conversation with Turkey was preposterous. And you know what, Tio, and what Tank and Jake said is "F you," because you know what, Jake called Turkey after Turkey collapsed the Canelo Jake fight. He called Turkey a sports washing fool, and they had a little beef, and then they publicly made up. And so Eddie Hearn was talking about, and don't think that I didn't. I sent Fanon the video. Don't think that didn't go unnoticed. Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was maneuvering to make Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. And so Jake Paul publicly made up with Turkey Al-Sheikh. He was talking to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn sued Jake Paul because Jake Paul talked about Eddie Hearn's corruption. And Eddie Hearn, I don't know if he still has a lawsuit against Jake Paul, but he definitely initiated lawsuits against Jake Paul. And Jake was publicly negotiating with both. And then he and Tank pulled the rabbit out of the hat. And Tank gave the middle finger to everyone who told him that he had to go over to Saudi Arabia and talk to Turkey Al-Sheikh. He gave the middle finger to everyone who said, "Oh, it's ridiculous that Tank would say demand 2 Ferraris or 2 Lamborghinis, whatever the hell it was, to talk to Turkey Al-Sheikh." He gave the middle finger to them because he and Jake Paul both G slapped and G checked Turkey Al-Sheikh, Eddie Hearn, corporate media, and all these other clowns, DAZN, all these other people. Because if you recall, when Jake
They
Paul,
messed up everybody.
they messed up everybody. Because if
Hey, let me get in for 1 second because I did something I want y'all to know. Frequent flyer, you came up to the panel and I blocked you from the panel. And I did that because I'm not interested in that shit anymore, bro. You're not real. Okay? So Bill Haney or whoever you work for that has you always here during these topics, dog, just tell them you're not wanted anymore, okay? I want to tell you that because when I left the room right before I talked about this, I talked about tethers. You remember? Like we were talking about how what people don't have respect for Black Americans. They come from other countries, don't have respect for Black Americans. It reminded me of Claymore Rain. And I got a little bit pissed because Claymore Rain was a thief. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. When I was listening to 2 Cent talk about her all-women panel that she has every Friday night that you guys should watch, 2 Cent always comes up here and is honest about her intentions. She lets me know what she wants, and she asks for what she wants. She did not pretend to be something she was not. Claymore Rain pretended to be a truck driver that was just somebody that wanted to talk boxing, when in reality what he was a bot sent more than likely by Blue Blood to take up my time, take up my audience, and steal from me so that he could gain recognition and then take it over to Blue Blood. And it was not the first time that they did that to me. So frequent flyer, you're not welcome here anymore. None of you guys are welcome here anymore. You're not going to steal from me anymore. If you want to talk, put it in a fucking super chat over $10. Because that's the only way you're going to ever speak to me. Because I'm so tired of people trying to steal from me. Because that's what you're doing. You don't care what I think. You don't care about the subject. You only care about you being seen and you being heard for your own purposes. And it's not an honest conversation about the sport. There's nothing honest about any of you guys, and you should be absolutely ashamed. Anyway, I just want to cut in there and let you know, bro, do not come back. You are not welcome at all. No more bots. If I think you're a bot, you're gone. That I want to have real conversations with real boxing fans that have real opinions. I don't want extensions of the Boxing Writers Association of America. I don't want extensions of Bill Haney, extensions of anybody else to come talk boxing to me and not be honest about who they actually are. Leave me the fuck alone and stop trying to steal from me, because that's what Claymore Rain, every fucking penny that you've gotten paid to you in boxing is a fucking theft of me. Because I never would have talked to you if I would have known that you were actually some fake ass plant journalist. I would have never had a discussion with you. But you come into my zone and steal. Phoenix, the assassin, is an honest person. He tells me what he's there for. Kamal is an honest person. I am not a fake channel. Go the fuck away.
And who's the one who told you about Claymore Rain and Kyle? What was it? Kyle Porter, Kyle Potter?
I mean,
that
I
jabroni?
knew. No, bro, I knew, bro. I mean, you told me, but I knew. I'm not stupid. I know that that's what a lot of people do. Because, bro, Kamal, who I am and what I am, and like beyond this, people always do this shit to me. All fucking ways do this shit to me. Bug up, buddy up, try to get close so they can get close to somebody that I'm cool with. You know how many people try to buddy up to me in my whole fucking life to meet my father or to meet my brother or to meet somebody that I'm cool with? I get somebody elected mayor. They want to meet me so that they can get a meeting with the mayor. They want to meet me so they can get a meeting with President Obama. That's just the reality of my fucking life. And I got the fuck away from that to talk about boxing, and you fuck niggas act just like them bitch niggas do. That's why I said you guys are, it's like I left politics for real. And I said, man, I'm not doing this politics shit no more, man. Niggas keep trying to take advantage of me all the damn time. Then I come here and you fuck niggas take advantage of me full fucking time, bro. So fuck you niggas. Get out of my country, you Haitian piece of shit. That's what I think. I think there is a parallel to that, bro. You guys want to come to the United States. You want the benefit of being black, but you don't want the responsibility of it. So you look down on everybody else. If you're going to come and be black, come be here and talk to us and want to partner with us because you want to partner with us. Don't come over here because we're money bags. Don't come money bag me. Because you don't nobody give a fuck about what you talking about unless you talk to me and you can set yourself up to be some counterpoint to me. I'm not debating none of you. I tried to get you bum ass niggas to debate me for 2 straight years. You fucking clowns would never come directly at me. So what you have to do is you got to send some fake phony niggas like Claymore Stain to ask me a bunch of questions every fucking day. I feel like I'm giving a fucking interview to this nigga. Like, goddamn, how many questions you got for me, you no position having dick? Okay? Spencer Fearon, Blue Blood, all you little tricky dick ass niggas, get your fucking bots the fuck from around me and go over to 2 Cents channel. You can at least give her the ad fucking money and subscribe to her and let her debate you all day long. Do that with her. But you're not going to take advantage of me anymore, bro. You don't get any more airtime with me. The only people going to talk boxing with me are people that I fucking like. I don't want to talk to a fucking boxer. I don't want to talk to a fucking manager. I don't give a fuck if Al Heyman his goddamn self wanted to talk to me. Fuck you, nigga. Don't call me. That's what the fuck I feel about you niggas. Okay? Beat it. Don't come back. Leave me alone. Okay? You niggas are a bunch of fucking crumb bums that are filing around me and trying to use my power for your good. And I'm not doing that shit no more. Nigga, if I don't know you, don't click the link. And I mean, nigga, I need to know you for a year before I'm going to talk to you. You don't deserve to talk to me. Rollo doesn't deserve to talk to me. You haven't put the work in to talk to me. If you're going to be if you're trying to do the same shit I'm trying to do, then you got to come in honesty, bro. You got to be an honest person. Tell me why you're here. Don't try to be a plant for some fucking body else, bro. I will do that all day. But I'm sick to fucking death of you niggas doing this shit and fucking up boxing because you're fucking it up. You don't even care that this nigga Turki Alalsheik is running box. This motherfucker's trying to lose. Jose, no, I'm not. No, I would not, Fahim. No, I would not. I swear, bro. If Al Heyman wanted to talk to me, I'd tell him to call my brother. The way that I feel, if Al Heyman wanted to talk to me and do business with me, I would literally tell him, go talk to my brother. My brother does all that business shit. I'm fucking retired. That's why I'm wearing a gray beard. I fucking retired. I did everything in my life I needed to do to be able to retire. And now you niggas want to fucking jump on niggas' backs. If you're going to do it to people that need it. She's better than every one of you. And I mean that shit. She's better than everybody. She actually, not everybody, she's better than all of you bums. Because she actually brings value, good questions, intellect, actual fucking opinion. Kamal Oz brings value, not just in the super chats that they leave, which they do, but the information that they share and the honesty that they have, bro. I'm not talking to you, Fahim. I'm talking to Frequent Flyer. That's who I'm talking about, because I want to let you guys know I don't ever want to talk to you again. And I mean that shit to the bottom of my heart, bro. If I see you in the street, bro, don't talk to me. Seriously, man, you guys, I have to do a real walk back in order to start enjoying boxing again. Because I am not a media member, but yet if I say something, I get 160,000 people look at it. You guys send fake lawsuits. I left politics and what I was doing before, so I would not have people contacting me with dumb shit like that. That shit is not, that's what you're trying to do. You're not only trying to ruin Gervonta Davis, but you try to ruin all the people around him and make them hate boxing so much that they won't come back on. Because that's what you're trying to do too. Annoy me so much that I won't invest my money in boxing. And you guys can say I'm delusional or not. I know what I do for boxing. And I do some shit for boxing none of you niggas can do. And I do it, and it ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. Nothing to do with YouTube. Thank you very much. So don't act like you don't fucking know it. Okay? You don't. There's a reason that Muhammad Ali Act went from overturning the Ali Act and having everything being the Wild Wild West to them basically putting an addendum on it. Because there was no way they were going to get that shit as they wanted to do it. There was no way they were going to get that shit through the Senate or through Congress. No fucking way. I could have beat that shit myself. I could have made four phone calls and beat Turki Alalsheik in that my fucking self. Thank you very much. It would have taken me 2 to get to Barack Obama. Boom. Your shit's done. Ain't no way that they're going to reject the Muhammad Ali Act, bro. So what did you do? You had to give it a nice name. The Revival Act. Which means that you can do your little bit of bullshit, but yet the protections are there for everybody that don't fuck with you. Okay? And let's also talk about this shit. That UFC don't even need you no more. Let's talk real shit. The UFC don't even need you anymore. Because miraculously, even though they were losing money, somebody that knows my brother got a huge deal for $1 billion a year. And all of a sudden, the UFC doesn't need TKO anymore because they got $1 billion a year deal that they've got to fucking do. They're not seriously going to be looking at boxing anymore. They don't need Turki Alalsheik's money because Paramount gave him $7 billion. Thank you very much. And my brother just so happens to be best friends with the brother of the guy that owns the fucking thing. Thank you very much. You niggas want to get to know me for a lot of reasons. And you can act like I don't know it. I know it. Nigga, that's why I can live like I live and I don't have to work. Because everybody else around me gets deals all the time. Everybody gets contracts. I can get you a contract. I can get you a contract, you a contract, you a contract. Contracts for everybody. Trust me. I'm that connected. I'm that fucking connected. Contracts for anybody and every fucking body. Thank you very much. If you got a business, I can get you a contract.
I had a question
How
about
powerful
that
is
too.
that?
I had a
Anyway,
question about that too, about the TK. So is it Zuffa boxing now? Like, what is going on? It's kind of confusing.
let me tell you what's finna happen. TKO was formed while the UFC was going through financial problems because their numbers looking bad. So they entertain a conversation with Turki Alalsheik because Turki Alalsheik got money to invest. However, they get an angel investor, my brother's best friend's brother, and by the way, the former boss of my best friend, whose names are the Emanuels, who are from Chicago. Though they get a sweetheart deal from Trump and the guy that owns Paramount. I do believe it's like Ellis or whoever that billionaire is, that, by the way, is friends with my friend Adrian Fenty. I can literally do 1 degree of separation to everybody involved in that fucking deal. And those guys got a gift contract because they were underperforming. But guess what? Now they don't need Turki Alalsheik anymore. So Turki Alalsheik can go back to wasting a whole lot of money on boxing. But UFC it just got floated for the next half a decade. UFC don't got to worry about shit for another 7 years. So that means Dana White and those guys have no incentive to compete truly with boxing for the next 7 years. Because people want Turki Alalsheik to fuck out. And these niggas want to call me crazy all the time. But nigga, you can fucking go to my LinkedIn. Go to my LinkedIn. Everybody, I got 6,000 people in Chicago follow me on LinkedIn just in Chicago. I got 6,000 people follow me just in Chicago. I'm way bigger on LinkedIn than I am on YouTube or Twitter. YouTube and Twitter is my retirement job. Fuckers, I'm a connector. I'm the plug, nigga. I'm the one that can get you to that governor. I'm the one that can get the mayor elected. I'm the one that can do it. And I'm the one that gets the contracts for people legally. Legally. Nothing illegal. All legal. So anyway, like I said, I told you I could shut down that Ali shit for a very major reason, which I'll never share with you. But you better fucking believe Muhammad Ali's name ain't getting taken off no goddamn congressional act while I'm alive. Believe it. For multiple reasons, which ain't none of your goddamn business.
I think people should have even spoke more about that when they even tried to attempt to change or repeal the Muhammad Ali Act. I don't think people really understood the ramifications of that if that were to happen. I don't even think they really care. It just seems to be a push to push American boxing out of America and then say American boxing is dead. Like, it's all weird. But I think Turki Alalsheik, I think that whole
he said exactly what he meant, that arrogant prick. He said he meant to tear down all the promoters and all the managers. That's what Turki Alalsheik wanted to do. And he needed somebody in the US to support him on that. And Dana White was trying to do the same thing. So he tried to partner with Dana White. But Dana White don't run fucking nothing. Let me repeat this. Dana White don't run a fucking thing. Nothing. Ari Emanuel does.
He never needs to promote another boxing match.
Ari Emanuel, let me finish because I'm saying the specific names of the people that run shit. Ari Emanuel runs it. Rahm Emanuel runs it. Rahm Emanuel is best friends with Barack Obama. Barack Obama is best friends with my brother. Not difficult at all for my brother to arrange the things that he needs to arrange. Much more difficult for other people to do it. And if you don't know my brother, look him up. Look him up. Google him. Listen to him, and you'll know right away he is the type of guy that can choreograph these type of things. Because we are in Chicago, and we are partnered with all of the businesses in Chicago. We are partnered together. We work together. That's how we survive together. Our Chicago businesses. We can overcome mayors getting elected and not getting elected as long as our Chicago leadership support one another. So if there is an industry that is hurting Chicago or people hurting Chicago, we will get together. They will get together as business people and figure out how they can work together as a unit to solve the problem. That is why in Chicago, although it has so many black people, right? They always have the same political structure. And for so many years, you didn't even have a black mayor. And it's actually more troublesome for business, black business, when you do have a black mayor. Because when you do have a black mayor, then all of the focus on anybody getting business that's black, they put federal pressure on. So I could go for days and days on the politics that are ultimately connected to boxing, because you better believe they're ultimately connected to boxing. It's all interconnected. Business is business. Government is government. It's all connected. And no, there's a lot of players that Turki Alalsheik is fucking with their money. And guess what? Rahm Emanuel and these guys are losing money. So somebody says, look, man, get this dude the fuck off my back with wasting our, and I'll do something for you. How about I ask my guy over here to basically float you for 7 years? Man, look, it's good entertainment. You don't want them to go out of business. The UFC, they're stressing trying to do pay-per-views. Hey, man, why don't we just put this shit on Paramount and give it as a value add? Invest $7 billion. Boom. Just make sure it goes. Some of that shit gets to the fighters, right? And they can negotiate where the money and all that stuff is going. Bro, but this shit all tracks back to Chicago. And you can do the math if you want to. You can do it. But I've told you, these dudes, for me, and I'm being arrogant here, but I'm telling you the truth, they want me the fuck out of boxing because of the people that listen to me. Is no coincidence that when I said people were going to get a RICO fucking charge, that they got a RICO charge. There's no coincidence. It's not, because I know who listens to me. And if I'm pissed off, I'm going to say it out loud. And he's going to hear it. You guys have no fucking idea, bro. I'm so connected to presidents, multiple presidents, 1 degree of separation, that everything that I do has been watched for years. I didn't do anything, but shit, they was looking at me to put me in some fucking prison shit. For a minute, they wanted to put me away. They didn't get me. But at the same time, bro, I'm cool with Bogojlovic. Dude, come on. Nigga, come on. Then, so what I do is I just retire and then I come over here and I start talking boxing. But buddy, I already invested. My people invested in PBC a long time ago. I mean, I'm telling you, because people are like, look, man, they want Chicago money. And if you want Chicago money, I'm the best guy to get you Chicago money. I'm good as fucking gold in Chicago. My rep is fucking stellar. My rep in DC is stellar. My rep in Mississippi is stellar. My rep in fucking New Orleans is stellar. My shit in fucking New York City is stellar. All the fucking people in New York City, they got fucking federal contracts, defense contracts, and all of that shit ever since 2006. Nigga, I went major in 2006. So look, you guys want to act like I'm some fucking nigga. I know who I am. So don't come near me again, asking me to be your friend so you can go get a job, because that's what you did. You plotted to meet me so that you could say you were friends with me. And then you could find somebody that didn't like me. And then you partnered with him and you got paid, Claymore. That's what you did. Just like that's what Blue Blood did. And a whole other bunch of people did. Because, bro, boxing exists within the world. But I told you, just to get out of that personal stuff and back onto the boxing and how it affects boxing as a whole. Bro, I'm a very, 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 very influential person in the United States. Whether you know my name or not, I specifically cultivated political and business relationships that span the entire country easily and reach overseas easily. That's what I did. And that's true. I'm not trying to be no boxer, bro. But you guys want to walk up on me, man. That shit is dangerous. Like, I'm telling you, you niggas playing around, stealing money around me. That's why you niggas got indicted. You know how many of these niggas are indicted and ain't even admitting that they're indicted? They're indicted. They can't tell you they're indicted, but these niggas are indicted. These niggas are getting interviewed, nigga, by people that really matter. So you guys can keep living this little fucking fantasy world, bro. I'm talking boxing, bro, but I guaranteed you this. Turki Alalsheik ain't doing shit to that Muhammad Ali Act, nothing. The only thing that they were able to negotiate for themselves was to ask if it was okay for Zoof the Boxing to be able to operate like the UFC. That Revival Act is nothing but an amendment that would only apply to people with enough money to provide health insurance for their fighters and to basically pay them a salary. You have to pay a lot of money to be a boxing organization. The only organization with enough money in the United States to actually be its own boxing organization, which, by the way, remember, sanctioning bodies do not have to provide insurance for fighters. Their costs are low. The cost for somebody to be a boxing organization, according to the Muhammad Ali Revival Act, the cost is what you call prohibitive. The cost is prohibitive, especially when you're bringing up a bunch of up-and-coming fighters and you're not dealing with the pay structure for fighters where you're bringing enough money to really even cover their health care. No. And they're pushing that shit in the midst of doing it where you're going to bring more oversight onto the UFC. No, bro. They were getting sued by the UFC. They were getting all that shit was fucking them over, bro. The UFC was in trouble. Turki Alalsheik and those guys, the Saudis said this is an opportunity for us to basically partner with Dana White and get him to help us shut down American boxing, right? And have an American ally. And then what happens? The Emmanuels get a $7 billion deal and then they move off. That's what happened. And those are factually what happened. But that's why I'm saying you should support. And I know I'm talking about some stuff that's, it is what it is. I'm telling you, this is very real stuff. And I ask you and invite you to definitely research me, research my family, research it. You will find us with LA Times news articles from way back in 2003 accusing me of money laundering with the president. Okay, we're big time, nigga. We're not small time. That's why I call you guys peons, bro, and why everybody tells me to calm down, don't take it so seriously, relax. Nah, nigga, I'm taking any threat to my life, any threat seriously as the fuck, bro. Believe it. And so do my people. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to say nothing about it no more. But I don't appreciate you, frequent flyer. Don't come over here stealing from me, dog. And you guys can call this a crash out or not. It's the dead honest truth. And don't tell them, and do not say I didn't warn you. Because me being quiet would be you doing you a disservice. It really would be. Just like Turkey should have shut the fuck up. Don't send people at me. That's going to fuck your deal up, bro. This nigga wound up, now your best business partner, Turkey, is gone. Why? Because who could this YouTube nigga really be? This is a YouTube nigga that is 1 degree away from Barack Obama. My niece babysat his daughters. I knew his wife and literally took furniture out of their house when they were newlyweds. My father made Barack Obama. Thank you very much. In Chicago, made the man. If you don't know it, research it. Made the man. If you don't think we can call in a favor, you're nuts. We can call in a favor to the Kennedys any day. If we need to call the Kennedys, foul, we can call the Kennedys. We will be talking to the Kennedys that fast. If we want to talk to Jeff Bezos, we will be talking to Jeff Bezos on the phone. Believe it. So you niggas are not connected. You are little ass niggas to me. And I'm never going to say this again. But I want you to understand. You guys are not going to ruin boxing. You guys are trying to make me hate the fucking sport. And I'm this close to hating it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be nice. I'm going to talk about Jake Paul. I'm going to support Jake Paul. Let me remind you of this. I will, and I mean this, I vouch for Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is a young man that people that I know should invest in. If I was the president of Steve Jobs' family, I would look for this young man and I would give him an opportunity to move money over towards him. Absolutely, it will happen, and it will happen easily. If you don't know me, go check up on me. If you don't know me, go check up on me. Okay? You niggas ain't gonna do nothing to these young black fighters, by the way. We already got you niggas. So some of you niggas about to go to jail up there in New York if they find out you was gambling on that sparring event that damn near killed people, bro. And you saw what Nevada said about Turki Alalsheik. He said they can't bring that bullshit here. That's what the state of Nevada, who they paid to put Turki Alalsheik in the Hall of Fame, they told Turki Alalsheik he can't come to Vegas with that sparring bullshit. Can't. So, bro, Turki Alalsheik is all, dude, politically, everybody's like, oh, he's got connections to Trump. He got connections with Trump. Bro, they gutted what he wanted to do. Gutted it. Gutted it. Look at what the Ali Revival Act is asking. That is gutted compared to what they're asking. They were asking to gut the whole act. Just setting up some high-cost organizational exception that has to be certified, bro, that just means somebody really, really rich can do it. That just means, guess who? TKO would have been allowed to do it. That's it. It's like an exception because TKO is the only people that can afford to do that. Just like the UFC is the only organization that can afford to do what the UFC currently does. So anyway, I'm a real businessman. I'm a real one. Okay, I went to law school. I'm a lawyer, but I'm a businessman and a very, very influential one. And I'm telling you, keep acting like I ain't serious. You're going to waste more money, Turkey. Trust me. I'm going to make you lose, and I mean this shit. As a personal matter, Martin H. Blackwell, check my fucking name, check my fucking record, ask the fucking ex-president, ask the current president, ask Donald Trump if he knows me, ask Joe Biden if he knows me. These niggas know me by first name. Thank you very much. Think you sliding some shit real easy in on me. You have fucked with the wrong black man because I am American and my family has been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And we have been in politics in every major city in the United States for hundreds of years. Anyway, I'm sorry I threw everybody in the what? T-card. Say they think we lie about your track record. Nope, no fairy tales. Bro, they said they think we lie about your track record. Nope, no fairy tales. No, there's no narrative. No, there's none. We feel like we're approaching a time when we hear the wife's footsteps coming down the hall. No. Look, you guys that say that stuff are not from the United States. You're not from the United States. So you don't know U.S. politics. You don't know how the cities work with each other. You would not know somebody that was influential if they bit you on the ass, bro. Okay? Just like if I went to the UK, you wouldn't know it. What's a license to steal, Fahim? Fahim. He said, Fahim, what's a license to steal? Let me get off that shit for a second. Phenomenal said, people need to hear this. Phenomenal just said, facts. I'm telling you, that's why. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? I'm not hiding anything from anybody. You guys, that's what happened with these guys from Great Britain. These dudes that came from Great Britain thought that they could just roll over everybody. Bro, you can't roll over everybody, man. But look, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Hey, man, put a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed the live stream today. If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to count the ones, man. Carter said, I feel like we're approaching the time when we hear the wife's footsteps coming out. Yeah, she would have, but I'm not upset. All right, cool. So I got 2 ones. Hey, buckwheat. Let me talk about buckwheat for a second. Hey, man. Hey, buckwheat. I'm counting ones, buckwheat. Hey, buckwheat. Hey, buckwheat. You work for white boys, buckwheat. Hey, buckwheat. Hey, man. Y'all know who buckwheat is? Hey, buckwheat. I'm having fun, bro. Seriously, this is why I love doing this because I'm telling you the truth. Look, hey, buckwheat. Nigga, you look like buckwheat. You shouldn't be talking about no. That's why little niggas like you are always comedians because your jokes, buckwheat. Nigga, you're about 5'2" and look like buckwheat, bro. You look like a little minstrel niggas they used to sit on people's porches, okay? So since you look like one of them little minstrel niggas that sit on porches, you little, like seriously, the nigga is the same size, literally the size of one of them little porch jockeys that people used to sit in their porch. You literally look like one of those, bro, like a fucking mammy doll. So just so you know, I am not a colorist. Hey, he said, check that Tim Bradley video I sent on Jake and Tank. I will, for sure. Please let you know. Please. Martin, let him know. Had to let you know. I just came back in time for you to cook. Hey, man. Seriously, though, man. Turki Alalsheik got shut down, bro. You can forget about him. That dude is not taking over American boxing because there was 2 major moves that were made that eliminated Turki Alalsheik as a serious threat in the United States. Okay? 2. Number 1, the UFC just got that huge ass contract. So he doesn't have Kamal drop link. What? Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. He said drop the link for that. Damn, man. I probably shouldn't have said that shit. But seriously, that's what I think really happened to that deal. I think somebody in Chicago fucked that nigga's deal up. I'm telling you, bro. I really do. And you guys can say what you want to say. I think that's what screwed their deal up. But anyway, Turki Alalsheik is not going to be he's not viable anymore, bro. That's not, first of all, he loses money. So who wants to partner with somebody that's constantly losing money? Number 2, he's a jackass to do business with. You could see that by the Netflix disaster where he turned around and had to pay Netflix to put the fight on there. Meanwhile, Netflix is, I don't know if Netflix is or is not paying for the Gervonta fight, but Gervonta is making a whole lot of money in a very big fight in that. Do I need to drop a link? Or are we good? Man, I should get off. Come on. Hey, man, hit the link again. I'm sorry. Hey, come on. Hey, I'm done on that rant, bro. I went into a zone. Come on. Can you come here real quick? Do you mind? Yeah, I can do 30 more minutes. I can do 30 more minutes. Yeah, I wanted to hear what Kamal wanted to talk about, and I hate that I did that shit. I'm sorry. I spazzed out. I did spaz out, but I'm not lying. You know what I mean? Come on, I'm sorry, man. I spazzed. So, what were you saying, man? I didn't want to cut the stream on me spazzing.
No, it's okay, Fanas. 2 cents dropped off before I did. So I just wanted to say, Fanas, I wasn't insulting your intelligence. I don't want you to think that way when I was saying that I said that Claymore and Kyle Porter, because I actually blocked Kyle Porter. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh,
and
no,
he was
I know.
complaining to you about me being blocked because I said he was a jabroni from the start.
Yeah, you did.
I don't, and I knew that you knew that. I didn't want to come across as condescending when I said that. I was just saying
you didn't,
that,
brother. Like, though, I don't even, man. I know you mean well. You don't even have to worry about you say anything because I know you mean well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and you don't have to apologize, man. This is your channel, man. I come here as a guest of you. This is something that you cultivated, you grew. This is your personal brand. So anytime that you dedicate to me, or this is my opinion, anybody else as a guest, is time that you're gifting us that you can take away at any time because this is who you are. These people don't come on here to listen to me. They come on here to listen to you because you have, like I said, you're the Lawrence Fishburne of YouTube boxing talk. And if anybody knows anything about acting in Hollywood and history of current actors, Lawrence Fishburne is the most intellectual person in all of Hollywood. He's a guy that can teach classes at Juilliard. He can go to Broadway and teach classes. That is Fanon in this YouTube boxing talk. He is a very unique person. You see him wearing that USC shirt. He says his daughter's going to USC. You jabronis, look at that. USC, I
USC
believe,
law.
USC law. So USC, the undergrad, I think is 100,000 a year. The tuition. The law school is way more than that. So if and living in Southern California is expensive as hell because not only is it expensive for the cost of living, but California. I'm originally from California, from the Bay, San Francisco Bay Area. We moved out of there because of the cost of living. People leaving California in droves, immigration with an E. They're immigrating to other states because it's such a disaster. And it's still so expensive with all those people leaving. So Fanon is paying a ridiculous tuition for his daughter to go to law, USC Law, which is really high. And then he's paying for the cost of living in Southern California. And you know Fanon cares about his family and stuff. He's going to put her in a nice neighborhood. So you guys
Yeah.
that are doubting Fanon, you got to know that he's spending six figures a year on his daughter going to school and getting taken care of and making sure she's safe and secure at one of the top law schools in the country, one of the most well connected and well respected. You guys remember the Hollywood actors, Fanon, that were caught bribing USC officials and paying more than the ridiculous tuition that you have to pay. The girl from what was that? Full House, the one that was
Mhm.
John Stamos' love interest, and one of the ones from Desperate Housewives. All those Hollywood actors, that was USC that they were caught in the corruption scandal with. So Fanon is connected. When he tells you all this, he is connected. So and you know, notice that they didn't do this thing with boxing until, you know, and rest his soul. John McCain was the biggest supporter of the Muhammad Ali Act and boxing in
Rest in peace.
Congress.
Rest in
Rest in
peace,
peace.
John McCain.
Rest in peace to John McCain. This stuff started when he died of that brain cancer. After he died of that brain cancer, the gates were wide open because he was the only one in Congress who really cared about boxing, you know. And so it's no coincidence is when John McCain passed, a lot of this stuff that Fanon's talking about, you know, came into effect. And I did notice that Paramount deal. And did you notice, Fanon, like I said a couple days ago, Dana White's not interested in this promotion. So Dana White was brought in kind of as a carrot to promote this Crawford Canelo fight despite no experience in boxing, and he's completely disinterested. And then you notice the Paramount deal for 12 billion, I think it is, with UFC. You know, that's why he's
I
not
think it's
interested.
7. I think it's 7 billion, like 7.7. It's like
Okay,
1.1 billion a year, but it's a fucking ton of money.
it's a ton of money.
1.1, yeah.
And so I was looking at Dana. I know Dana's always someone who, you know, he's connected like Fanon is. I mean, he knows Trump, he knows everybody. And I was like, why is this guy? He's just not even trying with this thing because he talked about the pay structure that fell flat. People were making fun of him, and then after that, he just went radio silent until he got this promotion. And then he had the fake dust up that looked WWE ish after Bomac was clipping Eddie Reynoso's toenails and stuff. And Crawford was whispering sweet nothings in Canelo's ears that dinner that they had. And then they're pushing each other in the press conference when Data's there. It's like, how are you so angry at each other? But you guys are pouring wine and exchanging sweet nothings in each other's ears. And you got Eddie Reynoso painting toenails of Bomac. How fake is that phenomenon? The next day, Data's in there, and then he doesn't even care about the promotion. And then and it's because they announced that Paramount deal. He doesn't need this thing anymore, and he's completely disinterested. And so everything that Fanon was saying was correct, and everything that they accused Al Heyman of, and this is what Two Cents was bringing up when Fanon was in the background. They said that Fanon, they said Two Cents brought up a great point. They said that Al Heyman is the same as Turki Alalsheik. He is not. They
Mhm.
accused Al Heyman of doing what Turki Alalsheik's doing, but Al Heyman was never interested in that. Al Heyman was bringing in, and it's funny because corporate media and these YouTube echo chambers constantly gaslight, constantly lie, and move the goalpost. Al Heyman was interested in building up premier boxing champions and bringing in their stable. He was not interested in putting Top Rank out of business, putting Matchroom USA out. Matchroom USA didn't exist for the most part at that time. Putting them out of business, putting main events out of business. He was not interested in all that. Okay, per what Fanon said, and what I when I remember from the interview, Turkey said he wanted to do that. He wanted to dominate the landscape. Al Heyman never said that, but they accused him and they sued him for doing that. Both Golden Boy and Top Rank, the WBO, the worldwide, the Warren Boxing Organization, or whatever Bob orders, they were part of that lawsuit. Look it up. They didn't rank any PBC fighters. You remember that finale where they removed
Yeah.
Austin Trout from their rankings to allow Liam Vegan Smith to fight
Yes.
John Thompson. I'm not talking about the ex-Georgetown coach who wore the towel on his suit. I'm talking about a guy no one ever heard of who was not ranked in any other sanctioning bodies. They removed Austin Trout because the WBO is so corrupt. And they took him out because I hated the PBC so much. And they had Liam Smith fight a guy that nobody ever heard of, and John Thompson, who hasn't done anything ever since. He went over to the UK, got knocked out, and no one's ever heard of him since. And before, they didn't hear of him. These groups were all aligned against Al Heyman. And this, whatever's going on now, and what Fanon has a lot more intricate behind the scenes knowledge on, is so big that now Oscar's talking about corporate media and where's boxing media, the media that he once controlled. Aram's saying the same thing. And both of them are talking up the guy that they sued for accusing Al Heyman for being what they said they feared, because they actually cried wolf and nobody believes them about Turkey, Fanon. Did you notice that?
Yep. Mum's the word. I mean, like, even Ludabella said, Ludabella was like, he said that boxing definitely needs to be fixed. But he said that Muhammad Ali Revival Act is not for the fighters. So yeah, man, everybody knows what the bullshit Turkey Alalsheik's on, but the media is completely bought. And in the fact that they can do so many bots, man, I really tell you, man, the bot farms these guys have must be incredible, dog. Like, seriously, man, these people do not. Because the reason that I know it's not real is because I've seen the same cycle so many times. Like, I know what these people are going to say, and when you see, sometimes you'll see like really unnatural reactions to things, you know. Like when I did that video I did like on Twitter. I don't know if you're on Twitter much, but I did a short video on Twitter where I said Bud looked like a juice monster. Man, the reaction to that shit was so fucking out of sorts. It was like, that has to be orchestrated, because you had somebody send some bullshit to my house from a fake fucking lawyer. Because dude, ain't no fucking way that dude, because I don't even think they thought I was going to call him back, because usually, like you get a lawyer to call a lawyer, right? So I was like, fuck that. I don't need to have anybody call him. I'll call him directly. It was like, this is bullshit. What is this? So then I left a message. He called me a couple days later. And then it was like, I talking to him, and he starts talking to me about issues of freedom of speech and having absolute immunity from freedom of speech. And I'm like, bro, you sent me a note about defamation. Why are you talking to me about freedom of speech? And also, the truth is an absolute defense of defamation, right? So when I saw in this letter, they said that his gloves blew up. That's one of the things that they said. His gloves blew up. I'm like, his gloves blew up. That's true. That's objectively true. So anyway, when I started actually trying to talk to this guy, he ran off the phone, like fast ran off the phone, right? So, but actually, and then I basically stuck him, because I was said, anytime that you have an issue, I'll take this shit down, even though I said that I didn't do anything. What I told him was, I'll do that in exchange for you calling me directly whenever there's some issue. Bro, I've said the same thing multiple fucking times. This dude has never called me back. So I'm like, then you had not just niggas, and I never told anybody about this conversation. Only thing I had said is thanks for his team for reaching out. But then there's videos on multiple channels, like informing everybody Is this a real issue? Because Martin's getting, or they say Fanon, I think Martin, I'm like, this is bullshit. And as soon as my wife handed me the piece of paper, she was like, this is bullshit. Like straight out the gate knew it was bullshit. But I'm saying like all of this shit is so fucking incredibly fucking orchestrated that major corporations probably have no real idea what the worth of any particular fighter is. You don't know whether they're telling them the right amount of money or not. It's just so fucked up. Come on. Does that make sense? I mean,
it is. And it's something that we see in politics. This bot farm thing, that the social media evolution, it's multinational, it's multi actors. It is something that you are right. Some of these characters, they're on channels like, I have to work for the man, right? So sometimes when my work schedule changed, I couldn't be on this show as frequently, or I have to listen for the first hour and then I have to go to work or whatever. But some of these people who are, I'm not accusing, I don't have direct evidence, but I have logic and reasoning. Some of these people are on every pro tank channel, fair channel, every channel that doesn't kiss the ring of Turkey Alalsheik all day, every day. If I call in sick, I'll listen to them all day, and these same people are on every live stream every day. And it's like, well, how are you making a living? And so again, it goes to the conclusion, the logical conclusion, unless you're a trust fund baby, and what is that, like 0.001% of the population?
right.
You're sponsored. It's like these professional protesters. They're professional protesters that go from city to city to city, staying in hotels and never working. How are they making a living? These people are sponsored. These people on social media, they're bot farms. They're people developing algorithms. They're people who are paying people to create these 50 channels on Gmail. So you keep blocking them because they regurgitate the same talking points. It's the same person that's just creating account after account. A lot of these people don't have jobs. They're sponsored. They're bought. They're paid for. They are on every channel throughout the day, irregardless of the person's time of broadcasting, saying the same things, the same propaganda, the same force-fed talking points. And so they're sponsored. They're like these professional protesters. It's an industry, and it's something that has been rather recent because because we're used to protest being kind of like, kind of an organic kind of thing, a something come from the ground roots and stuff like that. We're not used to what we're seeing now, where you're having the same people going from Seattle to Portland to Atlanta to Dallas to El Paso to Tampa to Miami to New York City. Not a lot of these places are not cheap places. I mean, it's not like you're going to Boise or Oklahoma City. These people are going to New York and Atlanta and San Francisco and places like that. And so it's the same kind of operation.
The guy that gets me with that is there's no shot at the dude, really. But because he's a record executive. But man, cigar talk, the cost associated with him doing what he does, he's got to get that covered. Because there's no way you can make that money back out of YouTube or Twitter. There's no way you can get that money back. And it's caught, and he's like in places where he's sitting in a boxing ring with like literally as a team around him. So, but yet he comes off as if he is like he's just the old boy just sitting around. And it's like, that's too expensive to do. You can't, you know what I mean? It's too expensive. I mean, how am I going to be able to? I'm like, are you selling hot dogs or some shit, at the place? Like, I can understand, like, if you got like a barbecue, like boxing and barbecue, there's a Twitter page. Like, he literally sells barbecue. So maybe he goes there and he sells barbecue, but yeah, you got to get paid for that stuff. And they ain't paying me to be nice. Hey, man, but go ahead and wrap up, man. I'm sweating like a pig under these lights, man.
Yeah, I'll let you go. Whatever happened? Question: what happened to Ray Jackson? That was a good dude. He did the OG talk with you in Blood Boxing.
Oh, he's good. He's over there. I mean, yeah, I just haven't invited him on in a while, man, because I don't want, honestly, sometimes when I like get really wild out there, sometimes I don't want to associate. I don't want to have the people associate with me and have them I don't want people catching strays by associating with me. So like, if I don't hear from somebody in a while, I'm not going to reach out. because I don't want to invite you on and he even have to turn me down or something. You know what I mean? Because he like, yeah, because especially when, you know, like people come up and tell me that if they are around me, that people will go up to them and say, no, you're messing with the wrong guy. Like, don't, because people do that to me. They do that to people I associate with. But Ray is over on Twitter, man. Ray's like the fucking king of Twitter. But I'm not gonna try to hang out with him too much, man, because I don't want him to have a lot of blowback.
Yeah, I know Ray's in the Dallas area like me, and I Blood Boxing was one of the first channels that I tuned into when I got into YouTube boxing. I've been following Blood. I've been knowing Blood for 10 years or so. But I will wrap up with this, Fanon. I agree with you on most of the international stuff. This is how I can tell you're connected. You're one of those people who's so well connected that it doesn't matter which party is in power in Washington,
Yeah.
you're going to be okay either way. And there are very few people like that. It's like all these bleeding hearts are angry with Elon Musk, and they're saying, "Oh, he's a right winger, this and that." But you know, who is Gavin Newsom inviting to California and holding press conferences with? And Gavin Newsom is an arch liberal. It's Elon Musk. He's begging Elon Musk for attention. He holds press conferences with Elon Musk.
Man, look, man, I got relatives. I mean, you know, like I said, I ain't putting out too much business of people's businesses, but man, I've got relatives with so fucking much money, dog. It's ungodly. White people, you know what I mean? Like I'm really related to white people.
Greek, you're Greek. The Greeks own the shipping, international shipping.
The shit that be killing me, bro, is like everybody know white people got money, so it's like. If you relate, how fucking crazy it is that you related to white people, but white people got money. They got a lot of fucking money. We don't like us. Like I have, you know, I'm always going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be opportunities and shit like that. But these people think that you're just going to be able to walk in the United States and dude, you'll trip over a fucking billionaire in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you don't know who these people are. Like, I always talk about the Pritzkers, man. They always forget them. They'll walk, man. Pritzker's got so much power. It's crazy. But anyway, all right, bro, let me roll this out of here, man.
Yeah, and you don't even know what these people. You don't even know they're not out broadcasting. The real rich and powerful people, you don't see them hardly. They don't like their name in the news. And I will say this, Fanon, in closing, I agree with most of what you said on politics. One thing I will disagree with: the most racist people are not the Indian people. The most racist people.
The most. I didn't mean the most. No, I'm sorry.
Okay,
if I said most, I didn't mean most.
Okay, I know you didn't mean it. I just wanted to clarify because in my experience, you know, I could, because of the Middle Eastern stuff, I can kind of go in those circles. The most racist people are a lot of the Middle Easterners. What humbled them was September 11th. When they come here thinking they're better than black people. So a lot of black people convert to Islam. Is their imam going to let them date the black convert man and marry the black convert man? You'll never see these Arab and these Pakistani with black daughters with black husbands. You'll never see it. And the Chinese Americans with the NBA is completely sold out to the Chinese Communist Party. They have the highest interracial relationships in America, but they're all to whites. They teach their kids not to date or marry black people, and if they do date a black person, they're disowned. And I used to live in San Francisco. I saw this from a very young age, Fanon. And I will say this in closing, with regards to Israel. Israel was created. It was an anti-American country. It was under the Soviet umbrella, so they didn't get American support till the end. All these countries and these corporations in the UN, when Trump came in and cut aid to them, there's so many countries that rely on the American umbrella. When Trump started cutting aid, remember Bono, George Clooney, and all these other people were like, "You're killing lives, and billions of lives if America cuts back aid." Well, I'm saying to these wealthy oligarchs and these cultural and pop icons who are millionaires, you go use your money instead of my taxpayer money to fund peacekeeping in Bosnia, which we have no direct interest in. So Israel would be okay without America. And there are a lot of countries, like I went to Egypt and Jordan. Those countries get a lot of money from America too. It's just not as publicized. With that, I'm out. Deuces.
All right, brother, get back. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Deuces. Wonderful day. It was a great conversation. Thank y'all for your support. I'm out.